that's the intro song.
World record!
Should I keep doing that intro? Woo, it's showtime?
World record!
So juvenile.
World record!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the World Record Podcast. I am your host, Brandon?
That's what I hear most
people call me that.
Yeah.
So I'll go with the flow. I'll stop fighting it. Brandon Welsh.
Wow.
And that's me.
I feel like I finally know you.
And you know what? It's okay. It's okay if people don't ever spell your name right. Swallow right into the microphone.
I'm great.
We could do, isn't ASMR popular? Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Chris Fairbanks.
Who's thirsty?
Gulp. Wow. I thought I was saying it in conjunction with a sample. Nope, we're talking like this now. Oh. Ladies, if you're listening, maybe we need some sex music.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how horny are you right now, Chris?
I think I'm at a steady 1
Oh.
for the past couple years.
Oh, God. Do you take testosterone treatment?
I also have 0 leg hair.
I don't have a lot of leg hair either.
It has to be hormonal. I suddenly have 0 sex drive.
Well,
I'm 50. I'm going to be 50.
Oh, boy. Don't ever admit that in Hollywood.
I know. I used to hide it. I'm embracing it now.
50 years old. Half of a century.
Yeah.
So
3/4 of my life.
the year you were born, 3/4 probably, right? About?
Yeah.
That's insane.
I'll just drink like Jessica Simpson
Oh, that's okay. I was just busting your chops there.
No, people don't. There have been episodes where we're driving around in my podcast and we get hungry and we pull over and get donuts and just eat them all. And people leave very upset.
Eat them into the mic while you're doing it?
Sorry, we're both hungry. We're going to eat on this one.
That's great.
Yeah.
We should do an eating episode. Like a whole turkey dinner.
Yeah, but there's the specific basement people that are into that are just going to be spanking it. Uh-oh. There's people that are into that in a sexual way.
Oh, there's people that are into everything in a sexual way.
Yeah. I got a 12-minute VHS of Kelsey Grammer getting beat by his wife that I'm into sexually.
Really?
Well, some people are into feet.
Feet, yeah.
Yeah, the dark web.
I don't think you have to go on the dark web for feet. And you know what? I'll come out and say it. I can appreciate, it's not, I don't know where the feet, I don't know, I guess some people are just really into it. But it's like a pretty girl, I do find it endearing that like women paint their toenails and stuff.
Or
like I always think, and I've said this on the podcast before, but when you watch UFC ladies fighting and they have like painted fingernails and toes,
yeah,
I think it's cute. And I hope that doesn't sound
I think the same thing when I'm seeing, because now there's girls that are really good at skateboarding and do things I would never have the balls to do, and they also have nice manicured nail. It's like you're doing both things. Yeah, it's I like it a lot as a father who never had a kid.
A finger are there finger fetishes?
Well, I've seen there's people that make lingerie for feet where it's like, oh, the thong goes between the big toe and the second toe, and it's like they put attention. Who am I to judge that when my toes look like I just stubbed them? They look like ginger root.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Do you have any toenail fungus?
I have issues with that, but I do some maintenance.
Yeah.
I file. I put a solution on them, but it really doesn't. The problem began at an early age.
Yeah. I think it was from being on the road, maybe.
Yeah.
Like showering in just hotel rooms every
Maybe, yeah. But being barefoot in questionable environments, you mean? I think it's because I
guess.
skateboard and I beat up all my toes hurt.
But toenail fungus is a thing. Like that's not.
Yeah, and
know.
if you don't deal with it, you have it for 30 years.
Forever.
I've discovered. Yeah.
I'm actually, this is a podcast for young kids. So
Yeah.
if you're over the age of 20, just tune out because this is this is for the kids.
I've had to pretend my whole life that I just find flip-flops unsavory. Like, I find them uncomfortable, but it's really like I don't need anyone to see my toes.
I think if my feet were perfect, I'm not a flip-flop guy. I find it highly offensive. Like guys' feet. Maybe I am like a foot freak. Like I said, well, I'm not a foot freak, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, a pretty girl. Well, I think anything attached to a woman that you're attracted to, unless they had a foot that looked like ours,
Right.
you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty too.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. The feet alone, and I can give or take the rest.
Just a picture
that
of
makes me
feet.
nervous. Yeah, like that Tarantino stuff. But I, it's I don't.
What's that noise? Oh,
Even when someone wants me to take my shoes off when I enter their home, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna keep them on. I don't like stubbing my toes.
yeah.
I like
Some
wearing
people are
shoes.
probably into that too. I think move your phone away. I feel
Oh,
like we're
wow.
getting some interference.
Okay.
Intraference. That's you know how, and they don't even tell you to do this anymore. But you remember when you were flying and they would tell you to turn your cell phones off?
Yeah.
Stop using your cell phone. They don't say that anymore.
You're right. They
They
don't.
say just put them away.
Which
Like,
is revealing that it was always a lie. That
it was
affected
always
the
it was
plane.
just a like when they say you weren't allowed to use cell phones when you were pumping gas or whatever. I mean, nobody was ever enforcing it.
Yeah,
like a guy
yeah.
didn't come out and beat you with a squeegee.
right.
But that was on Mythbusters. They made it as dangerous as possible with a cell phone, and there's no way to have your car explode.
I wonder how much how often that show has debunked something and then changed the world.
Well, they debunked COVID.
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe that was a different show I was watching.
Wow, I'd love to see that.
No, but I'm friends with a guy who's a pilot. Friends, I haven't talked to him in 20 years.
No,
but,
I know about your pilot buddies. Brennan hangs out with all these flyboys
yeah.
from your days.
When I was a stewardess.
Yeah, you were.
And I demanded, when people called me a flight attendant, it would piss me off.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm a stewardess, sir.
Yeah.
And let's have an affair.
And then they'd
Your
go,
wife.
get me a drink, sky waitress.
I'd say, leave your wife for me, a stewardess. You're a traveling businessman. You have to have an affair with a stewardess.
Yeah.
And then I'll give you a foot job.
Things were different in those Pan Am days.
Can guys give girls foot jobs? Do girls have foot fetishes?
And are you talking about employment?
Oh, yeah, like a female podiatrist. I don't think women, I think they're nurses.
I got a foot job the other day and it pays pretty well. It's for Lexus. And I meant to say Rolex. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Nobody's
Yeah.
listening. This is just us hanging out. We can have different
Voices, nobody cares. Right. Yeah. Like, everybody's just listening to the 10 podcasts everybody listens to. But
Somebody.
they will listen to that, and even though it doesn't make any sense, they'll start making Rolex watches for
ankles, which is what I meant to say, but I said Lexus, which of course is a vehicle.
Do they make toe rings for guys?
Oh, of course. Like big.
A guy with a toe ring. Now that's just, you got to beat that guy up right on sight.
Yeah.
It does piss me off. And I used to have, I would talk about it on stage. Not that I'm going to bust out my old, tired, shitty comedy.
It was great.
Oh, it was the best, wasn't it?
You liked.
People loved
You had great jokes.
Come
on.
But I would talk about like when you see a guy wearing jeans and flip-flops was just like, that's offensive to me.
I did stand up once Charlie Goodnights. Where in North Carolina
North
is that?
Carolina,
Yeah, it was like
Raleigh?
Raleigh, Durham, and the entire town. I went out after the show. The entire town wore rainbow brand flip flops, which is like a leather. It's got a little rainbow, and jeans. Everyone popped collar on a polo. The entire town. And they joked about it, like, "Oh, do you think isn't it interesting how everyone wears flip-flops with jeans here?"
That's not.
Like,
yeah.
you're conscious of it? But then, when I was talking to them, they're normal. There was just no expressing. I remember being shocked that a dude with a mohawk, like a punk rock guy, was just walking, and I was like, "Wow, look at that individual there." He's like, "Hey, man, what's up?" I was shocked to find a punk rock guy in that town.
With flip flops?
Because he was so different than everyone else. No, I looked down and he had combat boots. He had the whole getup.
Do they sell punk rock flip flops?
Oh, for sure.
What's the name of that punk rock mall store?
Hot Top or Godzooks, the place we did our photo shoot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God, that was where were we in San Antonio?
Probably.
I think so.
That was fun. We did and that was your idea. It's like, hey,
We had disposable cameras. That's how long ago that was. We went. Were we working together? How would that have worked? Because I feel like we wouldn't. Neither one of us would have been opening for it. Maybe
was that one of the times we were
Co-headlining?
at the River Center for the Latino Laugh Fest? I always felt weird being in. I'm like, you guys know that I'm vaguely. I don't even know what I am, but I know I'm not. Okay, here we go. And then, yeah, it was in San Antonio. You're right.
It was, and we went to a cowboy store and we dressed like cowboys and took pictures.
Yeah.
We went to a skate shop and
Yeah.
dressed like skaters.
It was called Godzooks.
Gadzooks.
Yeah. What I'd give for those photos.
I mean, you know what? I probably have some. There is a box of photos in my garage. That is, I'm sure they're probably there.
Mine are in my trunk. When these fires started, I'm like, well, I got to get, what do I bring? It was so funny. I sat there for 10 minutes just to be safe and get out of the air because I had a headache. And I literally have a box of photos. Like it's a tiny box.
Yeah.
It's like, here's me on my bike. That's a college graduation. I don't have any photos.
Yeah.
They just are gone. I don't know where all my childhood photos are, and then a pair of pants I really like, and my snowboard that seemed expensive. I picked the wrong things. My dad's radio reel-to-reels. It's weird to decide what you'll take.
Right. Yeah.
My mom's ashes. They're already ashes. I left those.
double.
I'm not someone
double
that.
ashes.
Yeah, I've never been like, oh, it means so much that these are, I'm like, no, that's just like, those are actual ashes. I don't know. Does that make me a bad person?
Saving ashes is weird.
Yeah. Especially
From a fire.
That was the struggle I had.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
I mean, it's not weird. Luckily, both of my parents are still alive, so
right.
I don't have.
I mean, I've taken there's a lot of them in there, and I've I did them classically at the edge where I was born in Monterey, off the edge of this cliff, and they blew in my sister's face, which is in a movie.
Yeah.
And
Big Lebowski.
It's in Big. The exact moment happened where I'm like, have I done this before? No, my dad's alive. It's lighter than any substance you can even think of, and it all just hovered in a cloud and covered her face like some sort of procedure. And I laughed really hard, and then we put them in the bricks of a bar that she liked to dance at, and then in my backyard I went. And the people that live there are like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, just putting our mom here. And they shut the shades and lock the door. But I still have so many of them. And
What should we do with the rest of them? Should we call some people and see if we can dump your mom's ashes in the...
what I need to do is get a proper urn. Because right now they're in like a plastic box. It's so disrespectful.
That is, yeah.
The thing that they give you clinically at the place. Like, here, this is temporary, of course. It's a plastic bag in a plastic box, and I just have it up on my shelf.
Yeah.
or at the foot of my bed so she could see me have sex. I aim it. That's my mom over there. So, you ready?
Keep it down. Mommy's watching.
I put googly eyes on the side, those adhesive craft eyes. Mother's watching.
Shoot, I thought of something and now we have, so we have mom's ashes.
Mm-hmm.
We have toenail fungus,
Right?
punk rock flip flops.
Are you editing the show right now?
Yeah.
You're paper editing?
This is for the editor.
Oh,
DJ,
sure.
cut all this out so far.
Okay.
And now we'll get started. Hey, everybody.
Oh, good. I'm glad that was just practice.
Yeah. No, well, let's call a place and see if they have punk rock flip flops.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Oh, thank God. Thank goodness. Not a lot of preparation goes into the show. That's another thing I should have been doing over the years. Just preparing, writing skits.
Yeah, I think you do have a point.
Yeah.
I see it's worked for other people,
Yeah.
writing skits.
Hello, we are not available now.
I knew it.
That guy doesn't sound too punk. I'm glad you hung up on him.
Yeah. Let's check out this place. It's a punk rock place. I mean, it's weird when you see, you never realize that, like, when you're a kid. Well, I wanted to say, too, about you don't realize that, like, the guys in Slayer or whatever, probably, they don't dress like that all the time.
Right.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? This is like a punk rock. You got punk rock wear?
Yes.
Stuff to get all punked up. I got my boy Chris here, and he's a big flip-flop guy.
But I want to remain punk rock.
Yeah, I don't have anything like that.
What's your take on, because here's my thing. Chris is my best friend, and he just moved here. He's going to be in a movie.
Yeah, I've been getting ready for it.
But, yeah, that's pretty cool, right? You think that Chris is going to be in a movie? Ugh, wow.
Well, yeah.
I shouldn't have kept talking.
That's the punk rock attitude.
Yeah.
She's not going to put up with our guff. I was actually going to, right after.
We'll call another place.
She's like, yeah, it's great you're in a movie. I was going to go in, because I actually they make these flip-flop Crocs. I don't know if they're Crocs, but like Yeezys or whatever. Those shoes that look like a spaceship, but they have holes in them like a Croc?
I'm wearing Crocs right now.
I saw some black one. They came in black and they came in white, and they were at a punk rock store in New York called Search and Destroy that had like old DRI shirts and all. It felt like a store that I wanted to find as a kid.
Yeah.
It smelled all these old leather jackets. It was ridiculously overpriced, but I felt like I was 17 when I went in there. I'm like, this place is great. But I've grown older, and it was just, they had these rubber flip-flop. They were open-toed, but it was a skull, like a scary-looking.
It's like a skull's vomiting out toes.
Yeah, but they were cool. I thought about getting them because I don't have any kind of slides.
Yeah, right. And that's what you needed years ago when you were in a dirty public shower.
Yeah, exactly. I just walk on my heels like, as long as I hover the foot.
Yeah. See if this place, I'll get right to the point.
Okay, yeah.
They're not going to answer.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? You guys have, you have like punk rock gear there?
Yeah, like a band merch.
Like band merch, but do you have like punk rock, like studded bracelets and stuff like that?
Yes, we do.
You got like nose rings, that kind of stuff?
No nose ring, no.
Okay.
Studded bracelets, studded belts, and band shirt, patches, wallet chain.
Clip-on ear cuffs. Got any of that?
Ear cuff? No.
Oh, man. I used to have, when I was younger, I had one of those, it was like a clip-on, it was like an ear cuff that had a chain that went to my nose. Did you ever see those?
Oh, yeah.
You don't have those, huh?
Well, no.
Well, I got my boy.
We don't have that, though.
My boy Chris is a big punk rock guy, but he just moved to California, and he needs some flip flops, but we need some punk rock flip flops.
Yeah, we don't have punk rock. Like we have like creepers and boots, but not flip flops.
No kind of punk rock, anything that shows the toes. Maybe like a large girl-sized thing that he could wear,
like a sandal flip flop. Like
yeah.
But I saw
we don't.
Chris here. I'm the guy visiting. I saw these slides that look like a molded, like a skull, and so that's like the toes are coming out of the skull's mouth. And I saw them in a punk rock store, Search and Destroy in New York City.
Yeah, we don't have that particular one. No, we have like this brand called Demonia. But, yeah.
It's just hard to be punk rock at the beach.
Yeah.
Like that scene in Lost Boys where they're punk rock, but there's a guy on a saxophone.
Right.
But they are punk rock.
Yeah.
And they're at the beach moshing.
Do you have any mosh wear?
Yeah, a lot of stuff. Any what?
Mosh wear?
Like what kind is that? Like is this
for moshing, I guess?
Bonded. I mean, we have a lot of stuff. You have to come in. We have like a lot of knick-knack stuff.
Maybe we should just come in.
Yeah, we could come in. Now, what's your policy on moshing in the store?
Just to try it out.
Well, because we travel by mosh.
Yeah, I don't have a car.
We'd probably mosh all the way there, and then I just want to know how far into the store.
I've never even been on an airplane.
He moshed here from.
Are you?
New York.
New York.
Okay, well, we're here. Whenever you decide you want to come, we're here.
Thanks. You're really nice.
Well, do you have one last thing? Do you have toe rings for toe rings?
Toe rings? No, we don't.
Do you have regular could I get a regular a skull ring or something like a ring? Do you have skull rings? Like finger rings? Now, if I got a big enough one of those, I could probably put it on my toe.
Yeah, or small enough.
Or small enough.
Put it whatever you want.
Yeah. We'll just go in there.
All right, man. All right, no problem, man. Any questions, call back.
Okay, we're just gonna mosh. Okay, we gotta go. We're moshing to the store.
Oh yeah, it's starting already.
We're moshing to the grocery store.
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go.
Ah, guy hit me.
Mosh, mosh, mosh to the store. Mosh, mosh, mosh some more. We are moshing down the street, moshing fast with our feet. We got flip-flops on our toes and feet. We got rings on our toes and feet.
I got a jacket, razor blades. I got a jacket with razor blades. Rub against me, I'll cut your face. I got a jacket with razor blades.
My underwear is made of metal. I can't shit and I can't piss. I peed my pants and rusted the metal. Now I gotta get a tetanus shot because it cut off my balls. Cut off my balls. My underwear cut off my balls.
Are you still listening, sir?
He hung up a long time ago.
Oh, I was hoping he was enjoying.
No.
It's like, now you're talking.
Yeah.
Do you, when you do these calls, I think that's how we're a little different. Does your torso get riddled with sweat?
No. No,
I
because I'm not trying
nervous.
to
I don't know why.
Well, you know what? We could do nice prank calls.
I think what it is just talking on the phone in general. I haven't spoken on the phone in probably 7 years.
That used to be a thing.
I listen to the messages and then I usually text back.
Yeah.
Or I call if it needs to be addressed.
It's nice to talk on the phone every now and then.
Yeah.
It's a lost art form.
It is. You're right. And there'll be someone that I miss and I'm like, I'll talk to them on the phone. It lasts like an hour. And it feels good. It feels like I'm young again.
Yeah.
But
feel
in
like you're
general,
on the kitchen on the phone that had a big long cord coming from the kitchen.
But at the same time, there wasn't a line of people like, hey man, I asked about those Misfit shirts.
Yeah.
I got to get off the phone here. He was like, yeah. Okay, just come in. I don't have time for this.
Yeah,
and then when he hung up, he just sat there. You know.
Yeah, he's just there staring at his phone.
Yeah. Interesting.
Looking
Yeah.
at all the Instagram pages.
I don't
he
have
follows.
time for this. I'm talking into my visual computer device.
Here's what I was going to say about guys with wearing flip-flops. I I'd rather see guys walking around with their balls hanging out.
I mean, it's a dead heat for me. I mean, balls and toes are about the same temperature is what I'm saying.
Guys' feet and guys' balls.
Both 99.6 degrees with a little bit of hair on them. I don't know. I really don't like bare feet. Like, when you come to my house, it's the opposite of most clean houses. I make you put on shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, come into my home. I'm sorry. Could you put on these boots? I don't want to see your toes.
Now, talking about bare feet, that is a fetish that I have.
Really?
Is, looking at a bear's
We've been
foot.
talking. Oh, bears.
Yeah. Here, one of these guys are calling us back.
I'm a paw man.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hey. Is this the punk rock?
You called earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys, did you not answer the phone?
No. What happened is, man, you cannot mosh over here. They're going to arrest you.
Wait, moshing is illegal?
It's illegal, man. I just found out. I'm sorry, man. I wanted to tell you, but you hung up on me.
Well, no, you guys hung up, and we're mid-mosh right now.
Yeah, we're already moshing.
No, man, you're going to get arrested.
Oh, too late.
Well, wait.
Yeah, don't do it, man. Just for your own good sake, man.
We can't stop. Once I get moving, I can't stop.
I'm moshing to the bathroom right now.
Stop, man. Come on.
Well, can you just join us in a mosh? Mosh around the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you come over here? We'll join.
Oh, terrific.
We'll join in the back of the shop.
Now, listen, we have toenail fungus. Is that okay if we mosh in the store with flip-flops and we have toenail fungus?
No problem, man. Don't worry about it.
See, I knew these were cool guys.
Yeah, you're cool guys. What's this?
We're punk rockers, man. We're immune to it.
Hell yeah.
What's the situation with your feet? Do you have toenail fungus?
I had it for years.
Yeah.
Did you really? How did you get rid of it?
Yeah, how do you deal with
it? And you lick it with your tongue, so this way you could cure it.
Okay, listen, this is a serious
I
conversation.
mean, I'd have to get a rib removed.
I had a rib added so I could stop blowing myself.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you did that whole hammock one-man adult film, didn't you?
Yeah, I got the reverse Manson.
All right, man. I'm now telling you, man. Just don't come over here close. If you mosh, man, you're gonna get arrested. So
you know what? That sounds like
you're gonna have to call your mom to you know.
Well, speaking of moms, okay, now
out.
you brought up a sore subject. Chris has his mom's ashes that he blew into his
But I
sister's
want
face.
like a punk rock urn, like with spikes on it. Uh-oh, we may have lost him. I do like that we got off topic.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's go back to the moshing theme. That he knew more about comedy than us.
That was a different guy. I think there's another guy sitting there.
He's like, wait a minute, what kind of a conversation were you having? And now you're just looking at your phone. He's like, yeah, some guys said they were going to mosh their way over here, and that's their mode of transportation. It's like,
We haven't had a customer in 3 days.
yeah, that sounds like the most interesting thing that's ever happened.
That's what I try to do. That's like, I'm not calling to piss people
I know.
off.
Oh, no, remember the last time I was here, we found a guy that deserves and has been working towards a voiceover career, and he had an amazing voice.
You know what?
Have you ever utilized his?
Well, you know what? We called the place where he works again, and this is funny because
He could be the next golden voice guy, that guy they found on the street that was like, you're listening to, he had like a radio voice, and then all of a sudden he had a career. Have you ever seen that?
yeah, he was like a homeless guy or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the phone thing. I'm hearing your phone interference again.
Oh, darn it.
That was the only reason that I talked to my pilot friend, and he said, because people used to get really aggro. I had a lady one time, and this is when I was on the road all the time and flying all the time.
Yeah,
I had such a bad attitude about the whole thing. It was so like hateful. And I was just sitting up, first class as usual, drinking my champagne.
Shoes off.
No, I think I was in the front, like right behind first class, where you have that extra leg space. Which is like that's just as good as first class. Not really.
Yeah.
But I'm on my phone. I was like texting with somebody or whatever, and they made the announcement. They were like, "All right, everybody, turn off your phones or whatever." Oh, like whatever. I'm still texting, and then a lady leans over the seat and she goes, "They said to turn off your phone."
What are you, the air marshal? Is that what you said?
I said, I said, "What, do you work here?"
Yeah.
And then another guy goes,
That's great.
He goes, yeah, they said turn off your phone. And I'm like, what is this? The whole plane's watching me?
Yeah.
Like and it's not like I was like talking or doing anything crazy. I was just looking down. Like,
I'm having deja. I've had the exact same exchange where I stand my ground and then everyone teams up against me.
Oh, God.
Because I missed my flight and I had a bad Sunday night show. I've been in this same situation.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen? Do you think this radio airwaves are what? I think that's what they think. That they're on a ham radio.
Yeah, that the plane's going to fall out of the sky because
we're messing with the frequency.
Instagram.
Yeah.
It doesn't even work anyway once you, 2 minutes after you take off. And whatever. Hey, listen, I used to be a big time rule breaker, but I wasn't, I was traveling a lot. And I'm like, and my pilot friend told me that the only reason that they do it is that could like when you're in your car, and I don't even think that happens anymore, or maybe nobody listens to the radio is why, but when you hear that like
sure,
he said yeah, they could hear that in the cockpit maybe, but
that's
nothing.
If they just put that in the announcements
where they said it's not that big of a deal, but just do it.
You know what, and this is going to make me sound like a gullible dum-dum, but one time they said, because I was on my phone, and they said, we still have a few cell phones on. 20A, your phone is on. You need to put in airplane mode. And I was in that seat, and I was not in airplane mode. And from that day forward, I'm like, wow, it is a thing. This was like 12 years ago or something. So I believed it. Like when my mom pretended to be the tooth fairy. I'd feel her, and I'm like, and then she'd. I didn't. I actually believed in the tooth fairy until she said, "You should be nicer to your mother."
Wait, the tooth fairy
said it up in my face, yeah. And then I'm like, "Oh my god, I think she is real." But then she'd go in and have loud sex with my dad. That's no tooth fairy, mother.
Let's see. It looks like I'm looking for that voiceover guy.
Yeah.
But it looks like
the golden voice. I feel like if I didn't have a speech impediment that I developed for comedy, I talk like a radio broadcaster.
Yeah.
Up until I did my first open mic at the Velveeta Room. But I wonder if I could go to Vocal Coaching Academy, which is over by Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
If they could make me have the golden voice, because my dad has it. He sounds like a...
Was your dad a radio guy?
He was for years, and that was one of the things I put in my car. Here's my passport in case the burning down of all my items makes me want to go on a vacation.
Go to Mexico,
It's the easiest thing to replace. I'm like, gotta get my passport and this gun. I didn't even realize I had a .38 special.
You have a real gun?
Yeah.
What do you mean you didn't realize it?
I forgot. My dad gave it to me. He's like, I hate guns. I'm like, me too, but I'd rather be in control of us hating it. So I took it.
Okay. You should have brought that.
I think it was around COVID, and there's someone hanging out by my house, and they wouldn't leave.
And you shot
him. There's not much I could do about that. And then my dad, I believe, mailed the gun. Dads will just put anything.
You're allowed to do that.
No, he did though. Dad, you can't. If you're an old guy, you can just put shit in a box and send it off. And it arrived, and I put it. It's never been used. I think he bought it because he had a wife at the time that wanted
a gun.
But yeah, in 1995, it's never. There's a box of bullets. The 3 bullets missing were when he went to try and.
We should go do that.
It is like a, I don't want to. It's funny. I have it. I don't want to even have it.
Well, let's go to a shooting range and shoot it.
I've thought about that, and then I realized I don't even want to do that.
Why?
I hate them.
Let's drive around the neighborhood shooting it into the air.
There is okay, that I'll do. If there's outfits involved and, if
you dress up like a cowboy, you can do whatever you want.
Right, yeah. I just got out of jail and they gave me my gun and my horse.
They gave me my gun back and
still
my
a lot.
rock flip-flop.
In Montana, you can still say, I need a horse. And they'll have to go like, we should have wrote that out of our... Maybe that's just
well, I have a service.
smoke.
I have a service horse.
Right.
I'm allowed to bring that on the plane.
Here's my horse with a big red vest. If anyone's bothering me about my phone being on, he'll just start clomping.
So wait, you had a whole plane gang up on you too one time?
Oh yeah.
What happened?
It was exactly as you described it. Me saying, "What are you guys talking about?" I've flown for years with it privately. No one knew, but it wasn't in airplane mode. And the plane took off fine, landed fine, everyone was fine. Many times, and this is how I know, I had it on and airplane mode ignored, and people clapped when we landed. It was actually one of the better flights. So, how is it different because of you?
Well, it is, in hindsight. Well, number one, it's never fun to have a lady lean over the seat and go, "They said to turn your phone off."
Yeah.
And it's like.
That's how you and I are, punk rock.
Give it a minute, lady.
Yeah.
I'm mid-texting whoever the hell I'm texting. And also, shut up.
Yeah.
Let the stewardess lady come yell at me. I'm not hiding it.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here texting. But you know what? That was the old me. I follow the rules now, and I love it.
I think you do. I think we both do. It took me till 50 years old to behave like a 30-year-old.
Yeah. To behave like a 16-year-old who doesn't cut school all the time.
Yeah.
I was looking for the deep voice, or the voiceover guy. And I found it. I got a scam email with the phone number on it. We could call them. It says I got this is a reminder that your subscription with PayPal will be renewed today. The charge of $508.03 will be debited from your account, and the payment will be reflected within the next 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that call. That won't make my back sweat.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if they answer. Customer support center at. It's just like I'd be a bad scammer too, but it's like
the person you are trying to reach is currently unavailable.
Oh, nuts.
Well, you're sending
Please leave a message after the tone.
Oh, great.
When you have finished, please hang up or press the pound key for more options.
Oh boy. Hey, how's it going? I just got a bill from you guys. Customer ID number 6 TRDES 6 TARDS, invoice number OL or I9. I don't know if it's an I or an L. I don't know.
You're just wasting my time. You owe me $21.
No, this is.
And I need you to send me that money right now.
Call me back.
Well, you owe me $21.
I have another guy here too, but this is about the $508.03 that's going to be debited from my account. Please,
you need to help him pay me.
Call me back at 323-989-2663. This is about customer ID number 6 TRDES. Please call me back immediately.
So I can get paid.
All right, we'll see.
So I was the guy. Did that make sense?
Well, I hope they call me back.
I paid for the golf game. You owed me the greens fee.
I did. What? You had a whole sketch going on in your head.
Yeah, I didn't.
What's the golf? Where'd golf come from?
Hey, he's a scammer. He deserves some entertainment.
For the full uncut episode, head to patreon.com/worldrecordpodcast. For the full uncut episode, head to patreon.com/worldrecordpodcast. Patreon.com/worldrecordpodcast.